Welcome to the Experience Better video podcast series. I'm Josh Buechler, I'm a physical therapist, and today I'm in Grand Island at the Balance Mobility Aquatic Center with my friend Justin Krall, who's a certified therapist in postural restoration. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. So Justin, welcome to the podcast.
Well, thanks for having me.
Happy to have you. Tell us a little bit about postural restoration. What is it?
Postural restoration was developed right here in the state of Nebraska in Lincoln through a fellow named Ron Haruska. Pretty experienced clinician who over his career started to notice certain trends with people's posture, certain muscle imbalances that people have kind of developed over the last 50 to 100 years. And he started to develop techniques to address these certain imbalances that people have. And when I say over the last 50 to 100 years is, you know, prior to the computer age and modern technology where we're in an office setting, people were more active, out and moving, doing certain things. And with this, more sedentary lifestyle that we've had, people start to develop habits. And, we try to keep active and try to keep moving when we're not at work, and these bad habits tend to carry over towards life. And then all of a sudden people start developing chronic pain and certain postural issues that certain traditional therapy wasn't able to address. So he decided to kind of delve a little bit deeper into the problem and came up with some activities and philosophies that have been quite effective with people with a lot of chronic pain issues.
Great. So who would benefit from postural restoration?
I would say the chronic pain people, your fibromyalgia people, would probably benefit the most from it, because with that chronic pain there's a ton of symptoms with it, and if you just start chasing symptoms around, I mean, you can help them at the time, but the back pain will get better, but the neck pain gets worse, or the knee pain gets worse along with that. So you need to start looking at system, meaning the whole body as opposed to symptom, so that we're going to try to address the underlying postural abnormality. One of the analogies I tend to use with patients a lot, and they tend to get it, is it's kind of like a car that's out of alignment. The tire might be wearing a little bit off, or a fender might be a little bit shaky. So you can kind of keep repairing those tires and those fenders, but still the underlying alignment is off. So we got to look at getting that alignment straight and then start working on the tire and the fender, or the shoulder, or the knee, or the neck, or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. So you said there's specific exercises you can do. Can you talk a little bit about those exercises?
Yeah, they're kind of weird. I usually kind of premise that initially when I grab a patient and say, I kind of do some stuff a little bit differently.
Right.
So like for neck pain people, that I look at their hips and look at their feet. One of my initial assessments might be, hey, maybe we need to get you to a podiatrist to get you in some orthotics to address your feet, because it's kind of like the foundation. If you're building a house on unsteady foundation, the windows are going to be off, so you just don't repair the window. You got to start at the foundation. Then maybe I'll go into like some hamstring exercises for pelvic stability for that neck pain patient, and then we really get into weird stuff. I start giving them balloons to work on to facilitate diaphragmatic control. And the one thing I explain to people with the balloon exercises is that's kind of like those stretchy TheraBands for your inside, to really get your abdominals to activate and your abs to work well.
Great. All right, very good. So, well, Justin, thanks for joining us today. We learned a lot from you. Tell us a little bit about your certification in postural restoration, how hard that was to get, and maybe even how rare of a certification that is.
Sure. I'm not sure how long the Haruska Clinic has been certifying people. I'm going to guess it's about 10 to 15 years. At the time when I got it about 5 years ago, there was about 100 people worldwide
100
with the
worldwide.
certification.
Wow.
There has been more people taking the courses, so that number has improved, which is good, because it's needed around the world. And they've got certified practitioners from Japan through Europe to Nebraska. There's quite a few in Nebraska since we're homed here. It took me about 3 or 4 years worth of studying under a fellow postural restoration certified therapist when I was in Omaha, to finally get enough knowledge to where I could put together a pretty good application of the Haruska Institute. And it's a good 3-4 year process of taking classes. I think you have to take about 7-8 classes before you can do that. And it's a continuation, though. Nothing's ever fully understood or developed.
Continues to evolve.
Yeah, through the Institute, we do a lot of stuff working with other providers, other healthcare people. When you run into chronic pain, it's not a one-man show. You need to get the physicians involved. You need to get maybe a dentist involved, maybe an eye doctor involved, other healthcare providers as well. So it's just an ever evolving process.
All right, very good. Well, we like to end the show every week with just kind of a funny story. And so what I wanted to bring up was you talked about the balloons, and so a lot of times when we're walking by rooms where you're working with patients, all of a sudden you hear a big squeak, and I'm like, what is going on in there? So what is that? What's going on?
Oh, we're just messing around with people. I think people like to have fun with it too. So I always tell everybody, what we're doing back here is gas exchange. So either be it balloon or otherwise, we're getting some stuff moving and we're getting some abdominal power. So
awesome.
Some people get embarrassed by the balloon, some people just let her go.
Let it go.
It's always funny when somebody lets it go and it flies around and shoots out the room, but whatever.
That's therapy. So, all right, well, thanks, Justin. Come see Justin if you're having any of those types of issues he described here at the Balance Mobility Aquatic Center, and thanks for tuning in.